that ever happened to black students was integration. In the city of Atlanta was integration because we lost our identity. When I was in high school, all the way through school, elementary and high school, I never had a new textbook until I was a senior in high school. All of my textbooks had been used by white students at white schools. And you know, the name of the school was stamped on there so you know where it came from. But we had educators who was determined to educate us. They would give you everything you wanted. You know, if you wanted to go to college or whatever, they was going to make sure you had what you needed to get in. You were going to be able to pass the exams. You were going to be able to do whatever. But with integration, all that changed because you had white parents who would not allow, especially a male or a black male student, to discipline their children. You know, so we lost it. And so integration has its good points and its bad points. But because of SNCC, we were able to kind of go over or move up. We made steps in elected officials, you know. There was just so many things that happened simply because of the student movement that never would have happened, I think, otherwise. You know, we would have still been walking around as second-class citizens. So I've never doubted or I never felt bad about what happened to me or what I did during that movement, you know, because it all has positive results. Sometimes I see it going back, or I see the fact that our young people don't really know, which to me is a problem. But I'm glad I was a member. I would, if I had to do it over again, I would, and that says a lot.
Let's talk about Warren Memorial Church meetings and
The student movement had lots of meetings at Warren Memorial. I was familiar with Warren Memorial in that I lived in the neighborhood. I grew up in that neighborhood. During the time I was a member of SNCC, I had moved from that neighborhood, but I could still come back to Warren Memorial for some of the meetings. I grew up in Mount Moriah Baptist Church, which is directly across the streets. We felt safe, you know, and lots of plans were made. And there were a lot of people at the meeting who during the 63 part was beginning to lean more towards Stokely Carmichael. You know, you was just about tired of being nice. But the movement still held its own, and we still were able to keep that nonviolent persona where we could still do things. We knew what we had to do. And we realized that in order to do it, we were still going to have to do it the way we started out doing it. We were not going to accomplish a whole lot by going from nonviolent to violent, even though a lot of people were getting tired, you know, and they were in a hurry. You know, it's taking too long. We need to do this now and get it over with.
and that's the perfect segue. Were you there at Warren Memorial? I've had to go out there and say something too. Were you there at Warren Memorial when Dr. King addressed the angry crowd because black civic leaders, A.T. Walden and Reverend King, Daddy King, agreed to a slow, gradual desegregation? And the students were mad. We want it now. You know, Dr. Herschel Sullivan, Challoner were there, and Lonnie King were there, and they recall this incident where they actually had to call Dr. King and ask them to come and address and soothe the crowd that was mad because they didn't want to wait until, you know, the schools were integrated to integrate Riches and everywhere else. Do you remember that?
I was not
Okay.
there. I think that may have been in the early like 59, 60.
Yeah.
And I didn't join until late 61.
Okay, yes, it says March 61.